Hey, what's going on? I'm Daybreak, and welcome back to another Daybreak reaction video. I am once again behind. Why do I keep doing this to myself? I have no idea. The Ultimate Fire cards are coming to Daybreak, introducing Bronto-Wisp and more. I actually tried my absolute best to avoid looking at the thumbnail and title for this one up until now. Which was kind of hard because I'm recording this 5.5 hours after this reveal went live. Because I was just, it's not even like I was busy. I was literally just procrastinating this for so long. I was procrastinating this. I made a fire deck before I went and made this video. I don't know what on earth I'm doing. But from the title, obviously, and from the thumbnail, just from glimpses of me, like just taking a quick glimpse, I did see that there was a Bronto Glow Nexus form, which I'm assuming means there's a Fun Glow Nexus form of fire. So we'll see what exactly that looks like. Let's get into it.
Firecasters, you've waited long enough.
Also, I want to point out, 6.5 minute long video. This is basically the exact same length as the Frost video, so this might be a while. Also, I apologize if you hear outside, there is a thunderstorm going on. So if you hear that, blame Bronto Glow.
Our fire reveals for Daybreak are here as we count down 25 days until Daybreak pre-orders open on July 12th. Let's do it.
All right, let's see.
The release of Frostfall Labyrinth was introduced alongside Chains of Prometheus to elevate the fire element to a competitive place. However,
that is completely true. For anyone who missed it, Fire got 2 tops at the last tournament. I think it's the first time Fire has ever topped. It got 2 tops at the very first Frostfall tournament. It's one of the best decks in the format right now. Without a doubt, not the best because, you know, Thunder Nexus exists. But it is definitely up there as one of the best decks of the format. And we now have new fire cards, so let's see what we have to fire.
However, Daybreak is going to take it to another level with a handful of unique tools that are going to increase the consistency and the variety of decks you can run while utilizing the fire element. First up, Rummacole, a brand new 2-attacker, 2 defense,
Rummagem Nexus 4?
That when it's normal cast, you can search your deck for a Stadium Rune or a Stoke the Forge.
That is cool.
This allows you to have an additional Stadium Searcher in Elestrals, primarily Volcanic Forge, or in this case, you can even search Stoke the Forge if you already have Volcanic Forge. This provides incredible consistency to fire, and it also provides an additional Stadium Searcher outside of Jolton.
That is absolutely amazing. I have been wanting so long to play a fire deck that uses Stoke the Forge, but we haven't really had a deck that's done it. Like neither of the 2 decks at top were playing Stoke the Forge, even though they were playing Volcanic Forge. Reason being, Smoltuga exists. Smoltuga is a 5 defender that adds a fire monster. Fire Elestral. I apologize. I very much apologize. Yu-Gi-Oh got to me right there. But it adds a Fire Elestral, and it's a 5 defense body, so that's just like, that's all you really need. But this card adds a Stoke the Forge, which searches your 1-cost Fire Elestrals. The difference, though, is that this still needs setup. In order to activate Stoke the Forge, you do need a Volcanic Forge on the field. And if Smoltuga is on the field, if the Volcanic Forge is not on the field, you can't activate the Stoke the Forge. Therefore, in a lot of these instances, the what's it called? I'm going crazy. Smoltuga is still the better option. However, I will say Fire is still playing a lot of Volcanic Forge. Volcanic Forge is seeing a lot of play currently in Fire just because you like the attack buff that it gives. Rummacole searches Volcanic Forge. Therefore, you no longer need to play Jolton, and you can play more Fire Spirits. So this will be seeing play, I think, in Fire, just due to the fact that it is Fire and not Thunder, like Jolton is. The difference for these 2, though, is that Jolton does have 4 attack, but there's a second effect of this card that we haven't seen yet. So let's take a look at that.
This Rummacole gets +1 attack for each fire enchanting it, as long as Volcanic Forge.
Okay, so it's as strong as Jolton. It's a this basically that effect basically makes Volcanic Forge +2/+2 for every fire enchanting. This card in particular, yeah, this card's crazy. This card's very, very good in Fire. It's a great card, very, very fantastic card overall. It's a 4 attacker on essentially a 4 attacker on normal cast because you're gonna cast it, grab your Volcanic Forge, cast your Volcanic Forge, and it's going to go up to 4 attack because Volcanic Forge is going to give it 1, and then this effect will give it another attack. So that's 4 attack. It's exactly the same as Jolton.
Effectively gets double the buff from Volcanic Forge, making...
Yeah, this is straight up a power crept version of Jolton and Fire specifically. Simply because not only can it search your Stadium Rune, it gets additional attack from the Stadium Rune, and it can also search Stoke the Forge alongside that. So, there you go. Very, very good card for Fire.
Incredible consistency across the board. A brand new Nexus form of Rummagem. Rummacole is sure to take Daybreak.
Can I also point out, I say this all the time, but that is a sick art. That's cool. I really like that artwork.
Storm. Rummacole does indeed have an ascension, and that is
Scavacole. I knew it. I was thinking, Scavagem, Rummagem and the Scavagem. Now, Rummacole and the Scavacole. It just makes sense. It just makes sense. Let's see.
Fire Lestral with 5 attack and 4 defense. When you ascend into the Scavacole, you can expend Fire in order to search your deck for up to 2 cards with enchantment cost Fire, or Fire, and add them to your hand. Much like Scavagem, Scavacole provides a very similar
it's
effect, but for Fire,
literally Fire.
Again,
the Fire version of Scavagem.
And consistency across the board.
The one thing that I'm confused about, maybe I'm just misremembering Scavagem's stats. I'm pretty sure Scavagem is a 6/4. So why does this card have one less attack? That's kind of weird. But at the end of the day, it's a cool card for Fire. I don't think it's actually going to see that much play in Fire. I don't think it's going to see that much play in Fire for the same reasons that Scavagem does not see play in Earth. They do the exact same thing, but it's a 2 cost. It expends a spirit. You do get 2 cards, but a lot of the times you'd rather your 2 cost actually be able to do something like offensively, and with only 5 attack, it's not a very crazy card to go into. So I don't believe this card will be seen in play, but it is a very cool card to at least have at your disposal.
Board for all Fire decks. I can't wait to see what Scavacole does in Daybreak. I think this card could be really strong. One of the fan favorite tribal decks in Elestrals is Dub Airs.
That's fair. Wait, hang on, excuse me. Wait, I just realized what that meant. Is he talking about? We getting bear support? Hang on real quick.
Bears and Frost Bears across our first 2 sets, and I couldn't go into Daybreak without providing just a little bit of support for our Ursa friends.
Oh my god, here we go.
An incredible new counter rune called Don't Poke the Bear.
First of all, counter rune, that's sick. But secondly, I love the name. This is better. This is better than Rockin' a Hard Place in terms of... This might be my favorite named card in the game. My favorite name on a card in the game. Don't poke the bear. I'm just looking at the artwork real quick. Yeah, that's something you definitely don't want to deal with. The Majursa is... I'm curious, though. I'm curious what exactly is poking the bear. Like, what are we... What's the perspective? What's the point of view that this is coming from? Because clearly this is looking like the Majursa is looking directly at you. Are you a caster trying to tame the bear? And that's the Majursa's like, nah, not with my children. let's see its effects. 1 cost, so we'll see.
That is a counter rune that says that this Don't Poke the Bear can only be cast during the battle phase. Target Ursa Elestral and give it +4 attack and +4 defense until the end phase. The possibilities with Don't Poke the Bear are insane. Don't forget this card is searchable by Ursicle because it is an Ursa subclass card, and it can provide a much needed buff to cards like Urseer to be able to proc their destruction effect.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is a huge buff to Urseer because let's back up real quick to put the Urseer back on screen. When it destroys an Elestral in battle, special cast a 1 cost one Spirit Ursa Elestral from your hand or deck. So the fun thing about the bad part about Urseer currently is that it does only have 3 attack. That is like the big problem with Ursa Den on the field. It does get 4 attack, but that's still that's not really that beefy of a card. It does need to still like attack over a lot. And Don't Poke the Bear is a great way to get that to get the effect off. That's what I'm trying to say. So that's actually not that bad. It can also be used defensively if you just want to keep a bear around. I really do kind of wish that this provided a little bit of protection to Mama Bear and Papa Bear, but
to be able to proc their destruction.
It's still not bad. Ursir being able, it's basically a complete buff to Ursir, so that's not bad.
Ursa deck, and it could be exactly what the Ursas need to become a viable strategy in Daybreak.
That's not true. No, hang on. That's not true at all. No, they need, Ursas are a bad deck for the reason Ursa is a bad deck is not because they have low stats, okay? That's a downside to them, but that's not the downside. First of all, it only affects one, right? It does only affect, wait, is this permanent? No, it's not the end phase, okay. But that's not really the bad part about bears right now. The bad part about bears is that it's hard to get the big bears out. And alongside that, even when you do get them out on the board, you are wasting way too many spirits to make that play happen. It's a very spirit-heavy strategy. There is a lot of spirits involved in that strategy, which this doesn't help to that. In fact, this makes it so you're spending even more spirits. It helps out your strategy, granted with Ursir and stuff like that, but it's not going to be the difference maker, I don't think. This could be interesting for like Abominursa. That could be an interesting card that I think, if I'm not mistaken, if you just have Abominursa plus Ursa Den plus one more, this goes up to like a 10 attacker or something like that. I forget the exact stats of Abominursa. I might be mistaken. I'm pretty sure, though, it has base 3 with one other Ursa on field. It would go up to 5. And with Ursa Den, it goes up to 6. This would put it up to a 10. I think it's 10 attack. Don't quote me on that. I'm not looking up right now, but I'm pretty sure Abominursa with that sort of setup is a 10 attacker, so that isn't bad. You do have some good buffs to like your health, your damage output, but you're not. It doesn't solve the problem of Ursa's just requiring too many spirits. There's way too many spirits being required in bears right now, which is why the deck is kind of bad. Whatever, I've rambled on a bit long. Let's go on to the remaining 3 cards. We're not even halfway through this video. I've been recording for 12.5 minutes. My goodness.
Switching gears, Fire has been known for its offensive prowess, but I thought it'd be really
nice
to get a more defensive Fire Elestral into Daybreak. I'd like to introduce you to Astrabit's brand new Nexus form.
No. Hang on. Okay, hang on. So I want to point something out. I have not recorded this video yet, but I think in the future, I am going to record a video about Astrabit. I don't know how long it's going to be. I hope like around 10-ish minutes. But knowing me, I'm going to ramble for way too long. It's going to be a 50-minute video. Where I currently think in the format as of right now, I think the problem card of the format is Astrabit. I think Astrabit is way too powerful. Like we're getting counters to Spark It. I think we need counters to Astrabit. So if this Nexus form is very good, this could be interesting. Let's see.
Astrabit. Astrabit is an incredible...
Okay, first of all, this might be my favorite artwork in the game. I say this every single time. That is so freaking cool. I absolutely... First of all, Astrabit, I really like that. But, that's really cool. 2/5. Let's see.
2 attacker with 5 defense. When this Astrabit receives 1 or more fire spirits, you can target 3 cards in your underworld. Then an opponent chooses one of them. Return that card to your hand or a spirit deck.
Okay, this is fair. This is totally fair. This is not without a doubt. This is not a bad effect. It's not an amazing effect, but it's not bad. But this is certainly not Astrabit levels of broken. This is without a doubt not that bad. Granted, you are able to target 3 cards with the same name, so you could basically force your opponent to give you a card, but it's not adding it from deck, it's adding it from Underworld. I think this card's fair. It is a 5 defense body, so it probably will see play just for that alone. The only thing that's concerning me about this, which is kind of concerning me as to it not seeing play, potentially, is that it targets 3 cards. It does not say up to 3 cards. It says specifically target 3 cards. So... a little scared in that front, but
early game,
I think 2/5
just heals you 1 spirit, but as you get
that
to
is
the late
true.
game,
That is true. Oh wait a minute, wait. Early game heals you 1 spirit. Wait. Are you saying? Wait. Is it up to 3? It doesn't say up to 3, but him saying that makes me think it's not up to 3. Or whatever. Let's just continue. It's a 2-5.
The choices you get become stronger.
I'm literally focusing on it being a 2-5. I don't know why I am.
And your opponent is faced with very tough decisions because when you're like, hey, listen, you got to either give me an Earthquake, Gorgon's Gaze, or Eruption. It's like, how do I even choose? Those are some pretty good cards. I think Ash Rabbit could actually be really, really strong in fire decks, not just in Daybreak, but for many, many sets to come. This is a card to look out for as fire gets enhanced even further. By the way, like basically everything I've revealed today has been teased in previous images. We teased
Wait, really?
Chemical on a construct.
Oh, we did! Oh my god, they are so good at hiding all this stuff from us. Hang on.
We teased Ash Rabbit at
oh my god, I see it in the back.
1 point.
This is insane.
And we even teased Don't Poke the Bear.
Yeah, listen. This was a tease. But, like, how are we supposed to know? Like,
on social media, so make sure you guys are keeping your eyes and ears open, because we're always throwing things out there. But I'm not even really done yet, man. We're still going. What am I absolute...
What was that, 4 cards? There's 2 left? I'm assuming this is going to be Bronto Wisp and Fun Wisp? Bronto Glow into Bronto Wisp. So, Fun Glow into Fun Wisp.
Favorite
Fun Wisp.
Daybreak.
Fun Wisp.
A brand new Nexus form of my boy Fun Glow, and instead
Fun Wisp.
Fun Guide.
Dang it! I was trying my best. I was trying so hard to protect it. I couldn't get it.
A brand new 1/1
Fun Guide. Let's see.
That has a super cool effect. Your Elestrals cannot be attacked except for this Fun Guide.
Ooh, okay, interesting. So it protects all your other Elestrals from being attacked.
That means if Fun Guide is on the field, your opponent can't attack
terrible, but let's see what its second effect does.
If you can.
I haven't read it. It's on the screen. I'm not reading it right now. I'm assuming it's a second effect involves with it being attacked. Let's see.
Get 2 Fun
not
Guides
reading
on the
it.
field,
I'm gonna let him say it.
It's called a Fun Guide lock, which means that your opponent is unable.
Oh my god! I just realized. Yep, that's right. Oh my god, we have Frog Lock now. What's the frog in Yu-Gi-Oh that does this exact same effect? I forget its name. I'm completely forgetting its name, but yeah, Frog Lock is now in the game. Oh my goodness.
Able to attack you. Not only that, when a player casts Follow the Wisp, you can special cast a Bronto Wisp from your hand or deck. That's 2 brand.
Okay, interesting. So it does not have that, but Follow the Wisps and Bronto Wisp. Okay.
New card.
Okay.
Let's talk about them. Follow the Wisp is a brand new 1 fire counter rune that says you can target an Elestral on your field. Your other Elestrals cannot be attacked this turn as long as that Elestral is enchanted.
Oh, wait a minute. I think he's probably going to explain it, but if you target something on your board that's not Fun Glide, and you have Fun Glide out, for the rest of the turn your opponent can't attack you?
This basically states that if you have a Fun Guide on your field and another Elestral on your field, you can target the other Elestral and Fun Guide lock them that way as well as keeping some crucial Elestrals on your field safe from oncoming attacks. This card pairs really well with Smoltuga in fire decks, and it's got a lot.
Can I just say, Dan, you said you want a fire to have, when you were talking about Ash Rabbit, you're like, I want a fire to have a little bit more of a defensive option. And you talked about Ash Rabbit for that. Why on earth did you not talk about that for Fun Glide? Because
a lot of other potential,
this is so far kind of crazy.
Follow the Wisp, a very unique card in Daybreak that I can't wait to see.
Is it amazing? I don't think so. I think this is not the hardest thing to out, especially because, you know, stuff like Resting on Your Laurels exists, EQ exists, Kinleo exists, stuff like that. Like,
come up with. And just the other day,
but just the fact that you are able to do that,
we're bringing that back with the brand new Ascension. Bronto Wisp.
Bronto Wisp.
Bronto Wisp is
a 6/5. Ooh, we got a Fire Lunar.
Fire
okay.
And Lunar, super cool. That says you can disenchant a Fire Spirit from your Fun Guide in order to target and destroy a rune. Incredible destruction effect by getting rid of Bronto Wisp protection with Fun Guide. When an Elestral on your field is destroyed in battle, you can actually expend a Fire Spirit to special cast a Fun Guide from your Underworld, which means that if you have Bronto Wisp...
okay, I kind of understand. I was thinking, what on earth is the synergy with that second effect? I guess I kind of understand it. I think it's supposed to be a thing. I was thinking, Fun Guide is a card that prevents your opponent from attacking. And then its Ascension says, when a Elestral on your field is destroyed in battle, But how would that happen if they can't attack you? So that's sort of where my mind was at, but I think I get it. I think I understand, because it's supposed to be a thing where if you don't have Fungide and they attack over you, you can expend the fire to cast it from Underworld. The issue with this, I mean, I'll let, you know what? I'll let him talk about it.
Fungide out, and they have to attack Fungide and it gets destroyed, you can actually just bring it back and then start popping runes, or just keep the protection for Brontowisp on the field. This card is super cool. One of my favorite.
Okay, he did actually kind of convince me about something. So I'll talk about what my point was, and then I'll talk about the counterpoint that he kind of brought up. Also, I find it funny how he's just look real quick. Just look at the background real quick. He has 7 of the plushies over here. It's like, well, okay, there's all the spirits. There's a Cryolang. Where's the Snow Waddle? Oh, it's just over here. Okay, where's the other 2? Where's like where's Owloon? Where's Luminape? Well, Owloon's is right here. Just right here out in the open. And I don't know. That's not, is that it? I think that might be the toe of a Luminape. I'm not seeing the Luminape anywhere. I don't know where the Luminape is. And you just have Peanut right here in the background. Like, Dan, what are you doing? Your plushies are all over the place. Like, what's going on, Dan? You good? I don't know why I'm so fixated on stuff that's not the cards that he's showing, but I, for some reason, am. So let's talk about Brontowisp. It's not, like, bad, and I do understand the idea he's going for. I was thinking to myself, it has super low stats. This could very easily, well, I say super low. 6.5 isn't, like, super low. It's not like a 2/2, but for a 2 cost, it's pretty low. And it can get run over by some stuff pretty easily, if I'm being entirely honest. So I was thinking to myself, is this an amazing card to have on that? I don't really think... Is this a really amazing card to play in Fire? I don't really think so. But then he did remind me, even though it has super low stats, it's if you pair it with Fungide, then Fungide is going to prevent your Brontowisp from being attacked. So there is that at the very least. I don't think this will see play in Fire. This will probably see... no, I could see this potentially seeing play in Fire. I don't think it will. I'm thinking to myself, I think it's probably going to see as much play as Bronteglow is seen in Thunder, which is more of a side deck option. But the difference between this and a Bronteglow is that Bronteglow can suppress Elestrals. This card destroys runes and tries to lock you from attacking. Which I think I prefer the suppressing of Elestrals more than this card. That being said, Fire is a different deck from Thunder. I haven't played a whole lot around with Fire, but I do know Thunder, that is a deck that would very much like Suppression, which is why Bronteglow is seen play in Thunder as a side deck card. But I don't really think Fire needs more rune destruction. It wouldn't hurt. I mean, they do have Lavalith, and they don't really have much else going for them outside of maybe just playing, like, P-Gust, which isn't even Fire. So, but I don't really feel like locking attacks is necessarily something that Fire really wants. Lunar might want this. We haven't seen a whole lot of Lunar. This might be something that Lunar wants. So if Lunar wants this effect, then maybe there's a chance. But until we get more Lunar cards... we're gonna have to wait and see. So we'll get to the end. I think that's basically it. We'll discuss everything.
Such a fun deck to run Fungide, Follow the Wisp, and Brontowisp. I can't wait to see what you guys cook up.
It is kind of interesting though to see more cards that keep your 1 cost on the field to make the 2 cost easier to get into. I do appreciate that at the very least.
Are nothing but fire. I wasn't kidding. We added consistency to Fire. We added defense to Fire. We added a new archetype to Fire. We buffed up dub airs. We're doing everything in Daybreak. You don't want to miss it. Pre-orders open on July 12th. Get your... All
right. Well, actually, I'm going to quickly go back just to this screen so we can talk about it all right here while Dan's just looking all happy and all that. Rumacole, great card. Great. Rumacole is without a doubt the best card of all 7 of these. It's not even a question. Rumacole, it does so much for Fire. It gets you to your Stadium Rune. If you do start to play Stoke the Forge, it gets you to your Stoke the Forge, and it's a big beater if you are able to put more fire on it. Which, to be fair, isn't that hard because you have stuff like Kinleo, and maybe you'll start playing like Circle the Sky, because Circle the Sky is seeing a little bit more play here and there, especially in Thunder Nexus. So maybe there's a chance, and Scavacol, again, don't think it's going to see that much play. I think it's going to be looked at the exact same way we look at Scavagem. I don't really see it making much of an impact. Ash Rabbit could be an interesting card. I'm struggling to see exactly how you're doing it. And the thing about Fire is that you can't really play, well, you can play Fire Nexus with, like, Kinleo and Nexusing off of, like, Hephaestus and stuff like that. The difference, though, with that compared to, like, Thunder Nexus or even, like, Frost Nexus or Wind Nexus is that those 3 decks all have good Divine Runes. Fire has Hephaestus, which adds an artifact, and nobody's playing artifacts. In Daybreak, yes, there are more artifacts, and maybe Hephaestus will see more play. But most of those artifacts are either, like, what? There's Poison Tunic, there's Apollo's, there's the Bow of Apollo, there's Golden Fleece. None of those are Fire support. So I still don't think Fire is going to be playing Hephaestus. I don't think Hephaestus is going to see any more play than it has in the past. And for that reason, I'm struggling to really see a real way that Ash Rabbit sees that much play in Fire, with the exception of it being a 5 defense body. That's like the only way I could potentially see it being played, is being used for its defense. It is a good late game card, so maybe you play like 2 copies of it and eventually draw into it over the course of the game and then bring it out at the very end to get a good defensive body. Maybe. I could see that. That definitely is something. I do think this card actually will see play in Fire. I don't think it's going to be the end-all be-all of Fire, though. I still think Comagma is just like a straight-up better card. And to be entirely honest, I still am struggling to see anything that Comagma sort of synergizes with. I guess I can kind of see it. If you somehow get Comagma, Ash Rabbit, and Kinleo into your board, and you go Kinleo effect to Nexus 2, you Nexus 1 onto Comagma, 1 onto Ash Rabbit, you pop an Elestral with the Kinleo, you go Ash Rabbit, Chainlink 1, Comagma, Chainlink 2, to draw 1, discard 1, Ash Rabbit can theoretically get the card to just discard it back to your hand. So I guess I can kind of see that. The difference that your opponent chooses what you pick, so there's not a guarantee that you're going to get that. I don't know. I'm still struggling to kind of see what Ash Rabbit is going to do for Fire, but maybe it's just test around and you'll see eventually what this card does. For Bears, I do like Don't Poke the Bear for Bears. Best name in all of Elestrals, in my opinion. I think it's an interesting card. I don't think it helps the deck too much, but it's definitely a tool that they will take. And then the new archetype, Fun Guide, into Bronto Wisp, and to Follow the Wisps. I don't think it's bad. I have to really test around with it, to be entirely honest. I gave my sort of initial thoughts on the deck, but it's hard for me to really tell you how good it is without me putting some more testing into it. And to be entirely honest, I do really like Fun Guide. I think that's a really neat art. Bronto Wisp looks a little weird to me, I'm going to be honest. I don't think it's that the art looks bad. I think it's just the Elestral itself looks a little weird. It doesn't look what I would have thought it looked like, and I think that's sort of what's throwing me off. But I do appreciate that we are getting like a bit of a different way to play in like Fun Guide, Bronto Wisp. I'm saying this right now, by the way. I am making a call. Fun Guide is going to be stellar. Fun Guide is going to be stellar in Daybreak. I'm calling it right now. Fun Glow was stellar. I'm calling it. Fun Guide is going to be stellar. Let's go. We got this. I do think this is an interesting deck, though. I think for Fire decks, this is something that could be somewhat interesting. I don't think it's going to be meta-defining, but I think it could be an interesting deck to at least play around with. That being said, that's going to do it for this video, guys. We hope you did enjoy it. If you did, make sure to slap the like button and subscribe for more. Hope to see all you guys in the next video. Goodbye.